Hi, welcome to 2-Minute Writing Tips. I'm Kirsten, and today we're going to continue the discussion we started last week about creating a fantasy world. Last week we spoke about determining what your world physically looks like. Today we'll talk about figuring out how your world works. What are the rules and norms that govern the way the inhabitants of this world live? The great thing about creating your world is that you get to make all of the rules. Now, even though you can create everything about this world, there are some things for you to think about. A good starting point is to create a framework. Write down a few core rules that are always going to apply. So, the world is inhabited by time travelers, but it is considered a crime to change any events from the past. Or if we take the example of the Cars movies, the world is inhabited by anthropomorphic cars, but they have a lot of the same social rules that we follow as humans. Once you have your framework, keep everything within that framework, otherwise your readers can get confused. When it comes to sketching out who lives in this world, you may draw inspiration from real-world cultures. This is fine, but it has to be done respectfully. I have read books where the good, noble communities were light-skinned, blue-eyed, distinctly European in appearance, while the criminals had dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes. We as writers need to move more towards avoiding these old, unjust stereotypes. Consider the history of your world. Just like your individual characters, your fantasy world needs a history. How did the societies in this world evolve? What tragedies have befallen the inhabitants? Giving your world a history will make it easier for you to bring it to life. And finally, write out a day in the life for someone who lives in your world. Paint a word picture of what an inhabitant would typically do. What would they eat for breakfast? Who would be in their family? What job would they do? What would they do for recreation? Not all of this will necessarily make it into your story, but it will make your world come alive for you and ultimately your readers. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.